friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 5 last books that I read that I rated 5 stars on Storygraph. So these are the last 5 books that I read that I rated 5 stars and not anything less than that. There's a perfect 5 stars. They are various genres, various lengths, all very different books. So I'm going to just talk about each one, give a short plot summary, and let you know kind of like why I recommend it. And why I rated it 5 stars. So starting at the book that I read the longest ago was One by One by Ruth Ware. This is a thriller. It takes place in a ski lodge up in the mountains, and basically a small tech startup is doing a retreat with their highest up employees, and things start to go wrong. Things start to go wrong as storm starts to pick up, as people start disappearing and not coming back from their ski trips, as interpersonal issues that the different employees have with each other start to rile up. I gave this a 5 star because I gave most of Ruth Ware books 5 stars, or at least close to it, because I think that she's a phenomenal thriller writer. She always keeps you on your toes. You never expect what's going to happen next. Even if you think you do, you really don't. And I just really enjoy her twists at the end of her books. Next book I read on my Kobo, and it is called Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. Now this book is kind of a complicated premise. Basically, the world is in post-apocalyptic way because there was a bioweapon that was released by a cult that decimated the world's population. The story centers around a boy named Benji and his adventures on the road as he tries to escape the cult that infected him with the bioweapon. I don't really want to say more than that because I don't want to give away things that happen, but it's a really interesting book. It's very first of all, it's very inclusive. It's very LGBT plus friendly and inclusive. It has a lot of different things that I've never even seen in books before, like different types of identities and stuff like that are represented. And I really enjoyed the story. I really learned to care about the characters. You really fall in love with them and what they go through, and yeah, I just found it to be a pretty thrilling but a good book. The next book I also read on my Kobo, and it is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagibara. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure. I hope I am, but if I'm not, I'm sorry. This book requires all the trigger warnings in the world. It has a lot of really dark content. It's a very sad book, very depressing book to read. But it was also a fantastic book where you just totally fell in love with the characters and were very invested in their well-being. I don't know much. How do I describe this book? Basically, it's about 4 students from college who met and became friends, and their lives throughout growing up out of college and into becoming adults. Kind of where life brings them. It's mostly about one of the students more than the others, and it follows his life throughout the entirety of it. Again, major trigger warnings. I'm not going to say them here, but I recommend looking them up before reading this book, especially if you're sensitive to certain topics such as, I guess I will say them, certain topics such as self-harm and stuff like that. Definitely read ahead on what to expect, but this book did really touch my heart, and I can't help but give it a 5 stars. Do I actually recommend it? Maybe not, but it was a 5-star read. Next book that I read was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is I'm sure you've heard of this book, or at least seen its cover or whatever. It's a very popular book right now on Book Talk. It is a story of a young girl who goes off to a military college where they learn to ride dragons. So it is a romantasy story. It is fantastic. I love it. I really enjoy the characters, and I just never really expected what was going to happen next, but in a good way. And I feel like The ending was also really well done, so I'm looking forward to reading. I'm actually in the middle of reading the sequel, and the third one just came out recently, so I'm going to be reading that too. And yeah, I just highly recommend it if you're a fan of romance novels or fantasy novels. This is the perfect marriage. Yeah. And then most recently I read The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. This book was fantastic. It is also a romance book, but also more of a just like a slice of life book almost. Like it's very lovely and cozy, and it's about a girl named Mika who is actually a witch, and she is trying to hide that from the world, but ends up being asked to become a tutor for 3 young witches who don't have a role model in their life that is also a witch. And so she moves in with them, and shenanigans ensue. It's lovely. I just really enjoyed reading this book. It put a smile on my face, and it's very warm and relaxing to read. Very different from all the other books on this list, but I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so those are my 5 books that I read most recently that I rated a 5 stars. Let me know if you read any of them down below, what you would rate them out of 5. I would love to hear about it and talk about these books because I love them. I love talking about them. If you have any recommendations for me based off of those books, please leave those in the comments as well. I would love to. I'm always looking for new books to read, even though my to-be-read list is longer than my arm, but that's besides the point. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video and later days.